Thank you for tuning in for our experiment. And yeah, we'll just get right into it. Allie, tell them who you are, what you do.
Hi guys, so I'm Allie. Johnny just gave me a little brief introduction, but
that's Lotus.
I'm I do a lot of different things. So I got a normal 9 to 5.
You're like a social worker.
Yeah, I'm a social worker, but I'm a therapist. So all day I meet with adults and
that's cool.
we talk about their goals and stuff.
All right, Lotus.
So that's what I do during the day. But at night and on the weekends, I work at Vitality. I do some ninja stuff there. I also do a boot camp style class. I work at Vibe.
That's where it's at, the boot camp classes.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into the gyms. We're gonna get into the gyms. But the social side, that's cool, man. That's something I did. I had a lot of those. I was a wicked big punk when I was a kid.
Oh, so really you had a lot of social workers. You weren't a social worker. Okay.
No, I had a lot. Yeah. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have been one though. That was always a thing too. And I was as soon as I got out of high school, I was I think I'd be a pretty good guidance counselor.
Yeah. Well, if you go through a lot of stuff, you end up being better at the job because you have the life experience. A lot of people don't. They just go to school.
When you're a kid though, you think the trouble that you cause, and when you're 13, 14, it's just gonna hang on you forever. And you think that's all you're gonna be remembered for? Oh man, it's just terrible. Lotus, it's terrible. It's not terrible, but it's that's one thing that kids need to understand. You know what I mean? Tomorrow's another day. You know what I mean?
So true.
All that stuff. I'm so different. I tell people this all the time. Lotus, can you cut the shit?
We have an attention seeker.
Yeah, I know. I tell everybody all the time, the person I was 18 is completely different from the person I was when I was 21 and 24, 27, and so on.
Right.
I changed and I learned so much. And, those experiences, I went to juvie, you know what I mean? All those experiences, all that stuff, really made me a better person. I say it all the fucking time. So happy I made all those mistakes when I was younger.
Yeah,
and I'm happy I had all the guidance counselors and Mr. Coogan and you know what I mean, and all the social, everybody that actually cared, you know what I mean? A lot of kids don't think that the older people don't care. They think it's probably a corny thing, we're just trying to do it. And it's no, that's not true. You know what I mean? I really care.
They're oh, you're getting paid to sit here and listen to me, but it's guy, I get paid less than a trash man, I don't get paid that much money to see.
I don't
that's not why I do it. I could have picked any carear, but I picked this obviously for a reason.
I'm still there too. I love bartending. Bartending is fun as hell. But I've been up until lately. I think I'm really gonna run for city council in 2020.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I was man, what the hell am I gonna do? And then obviously just all this we've always played around and always talked about stuff like that. Me and my buddy Eric and Costa and stuff. But I truly think I could win it.
I think you should.
Yeah, looking at these votes, what the hell? All you got was 300-400 votes. I'm Portuguese. If Jacil taught me anything, you're gonna get a couple 100,000 votes just or whatever the case is, just by being Portuguese.
Good
so
point.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. And not only that, I think the council and it's one of those things. It's I'm not a politician.
Well,
I would hopefully
we need less of those very by the book politicians. It doesn't really work in society.
I really want to be the for the people kind of guy, city council guy. That's just somebody that speaks for I always say it like that. A lot of the councilmen too. I mean, people that run them. Dude, you weren't even born here. You weren't raised here. What the hell? I swam in the bays, in the rivers and the lakes. I went to the waterfalls and the Vals gyms and fought at NB Boy. I worked at Lizzie Borden's bed and breakfast.
No,
when I was 10 years old.
Oh my God, wasn't that crazy? Why did you want to do
that? Well, we went to NB Borden as an elementary. So Lizzie, her story was always followed us throughout our entire lives. And then I actually lived on 3rd Street.
Oh,
so
okay, yeah.
It was right
Makes
there.
sense.
And just being a little curious boy was always over there. You know what I mean?
Did you ever hear creepy stuff in there?
We had me and my brother Andrew. We had free access to you know what I mean? And not just free access, but all access. We really walked around and about Lizzie Borden's house it was just a regular office kind of thing.
Oh my God,
we didn't think nothing of it, but we did it all the time though. We would go into rooms. We would sit there too. Why is this change on this counter? And then we would realize as little kids you want to take it, especially sticky fingers I was when I was a little kid. I was a thief, you know what I mean? And I'm about to steal all this change, and you can't take that change. That's Lizzie Borden's dad's change. He was very cheap. You know what I mean? He's very cheap. If you touch his shit, you're gonna be cursed.
Oh my God, yeah, right.
For the rest of your life. Yeah.
No.
So maybe that's why I had a punk childhood. Maybe Lizzie Borden's dad fucking cursed me.
Yeah, for a little while, then he let up on you a little bit.
Probably. Who knows? But back at you, I know that I'm at your shirts. If you notice, mine is all white. Jordan's gonna say something too. It's because Johnny was impatient. He didn't want to wait. And this was like a prototype for like him, and I was like, "Come on, I want it. Let me buy it off you."
Oh yeah, I got the little green for the beast.
I ended up getting like sometimes I get colored markers and I just draw it in myself.
You can just do like some permanent marker action, fill it in.
And I can do any color, so it doesn't have to be that Vitality green. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But speaking of Jordans, love it there. So happy you go there. That was one of the, I was like serious when I saw you going. I'm like, nice, like. More people like Allie, people. The gym needs people like Allie for the eyes. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I wanted to do too. I wanted to open up people's eyes to this place, that this place existed.
Absolutely.
And it's like so much better. Not just the place itself and like what it has to offer, but I've been to gyms my entire life, like my entire life, up and down all of Massachusetts and New England, not just like Florida. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
I've been to gyms everywhere, and yeah, how hands-on Jordan is. And how knowledgeable he is. It's like you get that like places, you really do, like, but they just come like they're so rare.
Right.
And to have Jordan, like, people that need to understand, to have him right there on, down north, and like what he is willing to, I mean, you don't have to pay him for advice, just the advice he gives you, like, you know what I mean, just being around him, you like, you know what I mean, you learn it so much. I love Jordan and Sam, like, they're fucking awesome.
Oh my god, yeah, they're like the nicest people in the world.
They're really, so you guys gotta go check it out. You get cool sweaters.
Yeah,
Hopefully you're not impatient like me, and you get the good one.
Yeah, I know, right? We have everything now, all kinds of merch.
How long you been going there for?
Oh my gosh, I want to say like I've been going there for 4 years now. I think when I first started there was not too far after. He was doing workouts in like the park for the longest time. So I don't think he had the gym for very long before I started. He was maybe there for like,
oh man,
I want to say like a year before that.
His origin, I would say that too, because I was going for about like 8 to 9 months, and like it was still small, and like I don't think you were there just yet.
No.
Well, not because I was only going to like the freestyle classes anyway.
Right.
I wasn't going to his boot camps or anything
I
like
started
that.
right after you stopped.
Yeah, well, that's what it was.
Disappeared for a little while.
And that's what it was. I started going to like it's so much tougher than you think. Like, you know what I mean?
God, yeah.
So like when you hear about it, you're like, I'm going to check this out. I'm going to check out any gym that just opened. So like, and obviously I'm going to go support Jordan. So I was there for like the grand opening and all that stuff. And like obviously I'm like, I'm not one of these guys that are gonna say I want to come back. Like, I live right around the corner. Like, I'm gonna come back.
You could walk here, but okay.
Like, I'm gonna, and then like a lot of it was grueling for me. Like, I smoke marijuana, and like I don't just like smoke it out of a pipe or joints. Like, I smoke like the leaves. So like my cardio like went down like so bad.
Yeah, because you need like a lot of endurance to do that stuff. Like, you have to be able to keep going for a while.
Me and Jordan worked out like a cool like routine where I would end up like going there and doing a little bit of workout for like 20 minutes, half hour, but hand stop blistering. Really gassed up, and then what was cool was I was also training MMA at the time, and Jordan's also skilled at that.
Right.
Who's also skilled at yoga.
Everything. It's like I hate him sometimes. So I'm like, why do you have to make everything look so easy?
So next thing you know, like, I'm going there to be a ninja warrior, and it's like this kid could also like, I mean, it's not that he's a Muay Thai expert, but like he's gonna teach you some great stretches,
right?
Like some great workouts, like stuff that's like. Just already adapted and evolved in the MMA world. Like, only the exclusive guys are doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
And as soon as other people get a wind of it, like, they're gonna start doing it too. And yeah, man, and I'm not surprised to see like everything that you've came from after that. Like, you know what I mean? Like what you've done after it's not surprising at all. Like, his whole crew down there. I mean, I don't know if everybody's still down there, but like Keith was wicked cool.
Keith is still there, yeah.
Keith was fun. Like all those guys, such a tight like community over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just wicked happy for Jordan and all the success down there. He works hard. You know what I mean? And it should be exact example to that too. Like, you know what I mean? Like Jordan works hard. That wasn't like Jordan got some loan from the bank. Like, you know what I mean?
No, he built all that.
Yeah, he did. He worked very, very hard.
Absolutely.
He's not some silver spoon kid. Like, you know what I mean? He saved his money.
Which I think is like a big reason why he's so good at what he does. Is because he's like really relatable, and he finds a way to like reach all different types of people. Like, we've got like some of our best ninjas are like in their late 50s or like their early 40s, and so a lot of times people go to gyms, they don't think that you can do that kind of stuff if you're like you're too old necessarily to do it.
Well, walk in.
So he just like, I mean, and I think his youngest ninjas now are 4. I think
Really?
they start at 4 now.
Well,
Yeah.
he had a kid, Owen, over there. I don't know if Owen still goes around. I think Owen ended up hurting his wrist or something like that. But when like Owen was like so ahead of the game, he was so good, and it was one of those things. It's like, look at this little small guy just beast all this stuff,
Oh
and
my
I
God,
got
yeah,
to
it's
see,
crazy.
yeah, and that was another thing too, like Samson and all those guys, just to see the evolve,
Oh my
like
God,
you know,
Samson especially. Oh my God.
crazy. Like I hopefully I could put up the pictures and stuff, like you know,
Yeah,
to do it
yeah.
justifiable when I'm doing the podcast and stuff, so you guys can see like the
Definitely.
results, man. And again, back to the gym thing, like that's the biggest thing for me is results, and that's
Right.
what I like to like really look at and really do my research on.
Yeah.
It's no different. You look at it before and after with anybody knows a thing, and Jordan has hundreds of those before and
Oh my
afters.
God,
Where
yeah, it's
he could be
crazy.
putting it in all of our faces, but he doesn't.
Sometimes.
He should.
Yes, but-
He should. I would if I was him. You know what I mean? I'd be telling like, look how
Look at what
strong
I
this
did.
kid is. Look, this kid went from scrawny kid to all muscles. This guy lost like 100 pounds. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
He's all muscle. Like why don't people know about this? Like why
Right?
aren't you
Oh,
telling
I don't
everybody?
know.
Jordan's just a humble person.
I'm like his social media queen. Like, he's like, oh, I know I was gonna post it on social media. So
That's what I was doing too. I was trying to be a social media king over there. I was doing the same thing, posting every day. Every time I go there, like, guys gotta come check this out. And I still do it to this day. Anytime
Absolutely.
I tell people you gotta go down there and check it out. There's a lot of good. I mean, not making it seem like that's the only gym out there. There's a lot of good gyms out there, but there's a lot of bad gyms out there too.
Well,
So-
yeah.
So don't just listen to every girl on social media telling you to go to the
Absolutely.
gym. You gotta cut that out and really do the research. And if you don't want to do the research, just go to somebody that's educated in the gym, like fitness
Absolutely.
community. You really don't want to just see a girl with makeup and like the new gym clothes trying to like stunt and flex on social media. Like no, like you know what I mean.
So true. And I mean, like, I think a lot of people are afraid to ask trainers, like, hey, where's your certification from? Like, when did you get certified? Like, don't be afraid to ask that. That's like my number one. Like,
I didn't know.
advice.
Like I almost found out through these fake trainers in Fall River and these pop-up trainers in Fall River. I just found that out. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you can just be a personal trainer.
I mean, like, yeah, these are
Like
things
this
that
guy's
you
a personal
can.
trainer. This girl thinks she's an athlete. Like what the hell is going on?
Right.
All right, so you know what I mean. I've been going to Val's gym like my entire life and
Yeah,
Pro
right.
Fitness my entire life. It's like, oh my god, I guess I'm qualified. Like I didn't know that. I mean, I know some pretty great workouts. Like you know what I mean, from all the the instructors I've gone to. I might as well just mash them all together.
Right? Well, yeah, that's what people do. I mean, people go on Instagram, they look up these, like, fitness models, they copy their exercises, and then they, like, want to market it to people, which is,
It's not
you know,
true.
it is what it is, and, like, if that's what you're looking for, then, like, by all means, but at the same time, it's
Khloe
like,
Kardashian does not go to the
No.
gym. She does not go to
right,
the gym.
exactly. At the same time, it's like, you don't know if you're doing the form correctly. You don't
Yeah, that-
know. That's super important, and I see people on social media all the time doing like squats and their knees are over their ankle. I'm like, you guys are gonna get the gnarliest knee injury. Like
Yeah.
it's coming. I can see it.
It's-
I'm like cringing.
I see
you
it.
know?
I see it too. I do see it on social media. It's just sloppy work, and it is what it is. Like, hey, knock it
Oh
off.
my goodness! My goodness! I know, I'm paying attention. I promise.
Yeah.
I need on my
I'm gonna
promise.
be on the show, guys. This is Lotus. This is my dog. He bothered Scotty. She bothered Scotty last time too. All right, Lo, get down.
Okay, down here.
Down.
No, down. Yeah.
But yeah, like back to that though. Jordan, awesome. Jim's awesome. And now you're doing your thing. You pretty much, and this is what I mean, like you're almost overqualified. I'm not gonna lie, if these like now again, this has no. I'll put my face on this. So this doesn't have nothing to do with her. Like if you're gonna go to all eats and get all these like weird ass bad advice and all this bullshit, like you might as well go see someone who can actually be qualified. Like seriously, like if that's qualification, if that's who people are listening to, that's what I mean by it's like, man, I might as well be a trainer.
Right.
I'm not even like, and I wouldn't even be half as knowledgeable as you, but I know I'm twice as knowledgeable as that fuck. Like,
I'm not
again,
gonna say anything about that because I don't know them at all. But I mean, you're right in the sense that like you got to know where your trainer's getting their experience from. I don't go around and tell people that I'm a certified trainer because I'm not.
But you
I
can
have-
tell people that you know Jordan Thurston. Like,
yeah,
that
I'm
you
like, I
you
got
know what I mean?
Jordan's been training me since day one. I've been like working out and like being shadowing other people since like college. Like, I'm 28 now, so it's been like 10 years at least. And some of the people I was shadowing have like their certification in like corrective exercise, and they went to school for PT. Like,
a lot of guys, I was gonna say, a lot of guys at Pro Fitness are like that.
Yeah.
They are qualified. They have all their instruction papers, and they are almost overqualified. And that's honestly where the two places I pretty much like guide people to is Pro
absolutely.
Fitness, Vitality, and regiment training if you want to get into like more of a striking, combat kind of thing.
Right.
But again, like a lot of Pro Fitness and Jordan can teach you combat just enough, you know what I mean, to defend yourself. Like, you know what I mean, Pro Fitness and Jordan can teach you that stuff too. So really open your eyes, people, on these gyms, man. It's really, really important. And this is not like some promo or ad for any of these gyms.
No.
It's really for your well-being, like, you know what I mean? Because not just you, but your kids too. Like, all three of those places are great for kids too. And it's one of those things you can just really just bang out the next 10 years of your fitness like life right now, but just by listening to it. You know, I have no fear in like saying those things. Like, I'm really confident in every place I just mentioned.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? The other place I just put down, I'm also confident that you're gonna go there and you're not gonna get results. You're gonna go there and you're not gonna like it, and it's not gonna be what you thought it was gonna be.
Right.
It's going to be probably a social media flex. Everybody's gonna be there with their cameras. You know what I mean? Like, doing their poses with the trainers. Like, everybody's an ambassador. Like, you know what I mean? You sign up. If you sign up for a gym and you're an ambassador in 2 weeks, then
it's just
that's not a real gym, bud.
Yeah, for real.
But again, that's me saying these things.
I'm just the bystander, guys. I don't know what he's gonna say.
But I know Jordan say almost the same way I know Timmy.
Right.
Through family. I love Timmy, man. Timmy's it's so funny to see him not funny, but not surprising, actually, I should say. To see him in a tux and see how smart and all that stuff he knew. Because he, when we would play football back in the day at Kennedy Park, he was such the humble guy that really just wanted to play football. Like, he didn't want to go and
he's not
be
a bragger,
tough
like,
guy.
by any means. No.
I love Tim. He's such a good dude. I just talked to him the other day. Maybe I could be a bake teller one day and work for Tim.
You could. I mean, do you see all of his job openings?
Yeah,
like, hop on over there.
Good. I got him the job, so I got him a job at Gillette, so.
That's true. I forgot about that, yeah.
You know what they say, Timmy. That's a fun job. I know how much he likes it too. And when we work together too, he's so by the book. Like,
oh my God, wicked bad. All the rules.
I'd be like, Timmy, like, we can leave at second quarter and get paid for like, you know what I mean, like the next 5 hours. Like, we don't have to stay. Like, no, man. I like it. Like, Timmy, like, we can be on the field right now. Like, you know what I mean? We can be like, no, I like being up here. This is where they told me to be. And it's like, yeah, they told me to be up there too. I ain't staying up there. I've been there for fucking 5 years. Think I'm gonna stay in the 300s? You're out of your fucking mind. Like, I belong on the field. I deserve a ring. That's how I feel about that place. Like,
were you on the field? Like, for
that's how I really like. That's how it was. If I wasn't gonna be like stationed on the field, I didn't want to be there because there was nothing more than like. Because there's a lot of people work there, and there's nothing more than like like political things where like somebody new is like on the field, and you're just like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, right.
And I'm not that guy. I'm not the type of guy that takes that shit lightly.
So
too.
you just go down.
Yeah, I go down there and I'm like, no, you can get out of there. And they're like, oh, this guy told me to do it. And I'm like, yeah, but this guy's not gonna hit you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you, so you might want to get out of my spot. It's funny. And when I had my little brother working with me there, it was even worse. We would
my God, you guys team up.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't bullies, but we definitely weren't letting no political shit happen on our like. Dude, that's why I think it's like again, running for city council would be good,
right?
Because we don't like the politics. Like, we don't like these these suits and all these people that are really, strong arming like the city. That's exactly, at the end of the day, that's what you're doing. Like, I come from a life too where like people don't look at that like it's a bad thing.
Right.
Like, oh, Giselle had a hustle kind of thing. Like, and
I mean, I think people are just like.
Everybody's gonna flex power when they have
sick of the empty promises.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, that's especially what I'm like sick of. It's just people coming up and they say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna help these people," and it's any of that.
Now I get that politics can't like control that, like all of it anyway.
Extent, yeah.
So it's like, but I still want a pretty good percentage.
Yeah.
If you're making 10 promises, I want to see at least 7, 8.
Well, yeah, exactly. Or at least start out with one of them.
Yeah,
like, not start with all your agenda and then throw mine on at the end. Like.
Yeah, with the mayor right now, it's like, again, like I get people doing the whole flexing power and like, you know, abusing what they do. People do that anywhere, not just the mayor.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, everybody does that everywhere you go. Again, there's gym trainers out there flexing the fact that they are a trainer to get with females and to steal people's money. Like, but back to the politics.
I don't want to be part of any of that either. You know, shady.
Back to the politics, like, that's just a lot. You know what I mean? You just did it too wrong. You did it too greedy and too selfish. You don't do it like that. Like, this is why Whitey Bulger was on the run for 50, 60 years, because he wasn't greedy. He shook down people the right way. You don't shake down people for $250,000 for a fucking pot shop signature.
Jesus. It's like, we gotta be in the news for more stuff like that, too. It's like, I hate it. I can't stand it.
We were in USA Today and all that stuff. It's shitty, and like, and the comments come in, and it's
like immediately on Twitter, immediately everywhere. It's like the second it happens, and it's like, oh, look, Florida was on the map again for the wrong reasons.
The local papers are surrounding us were so rough, dude.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like Standard Times and all that shit. They just shit on us all the time. And, I mean, yeah. This is what this is all about. Supporting and promoting for it.
Yeah,
they're good in it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just get some gangbanger on here and try to act like he's, like, hard from back in the day and all that stuff. Or, like, some, like, you know, 35-year-old rapper or something like that.
Maybe some, like, transformed gangbanger.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
But that's what I am. That's how I look at it. Yes, and I do say the gangbanger word. I probably gangbanged harder than, you know, half the so-called gangbangers out here. I'm so happy I changed life. You know what changed me too, and people don't really, like, I don't want to say don't believe it, but they don't know it. Marijuana. I didn't smoke weed when I was a kid.
Really?
No, I did not. I didn't. I was a late bloomer. I didn't start smoking weed till after I got a juvie. I was like 18. Actually, yeah, my 18th birthday is when I started smoking weed.
Yeah.
And yeah, it calmed me the fuck down. Like, it really just put a halt on, like, come on, you don't need to, you know what I mean, do this. You don't need to do that. And it's like, you know, fuck that kid. You don't need to hit him. Like, kind of not worth it kind of thing. It's something I try to, like, put on my brother and try to teach him all the time because he loves beating people up. And apparently he's not smoking enough.
Justice. Yeah, well,
maybe he needs to smoke a little more.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it really, it's more of like I'd rather expose and, like, laugh at people than, like, get violent and, like, get, like, criminalized.
I mean, at the end of the day, it only hurts you.
So, like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so are you talking to, like, troubled kids, like, kids with, like, troubled parents? Like,
oh my gosh. So my youngest client, typically around 16, 17 years old. My oldest is 83. So I go all the way across the range there. But I mean, in terms of the type of people, it's mental illness, it's substance abuse. I have a couple guys on parole, on probation.
It's everything.
I do everything. And so I hear like a lot of shit. It's a great job because it's so rewarding, like emotionally, like I'm able to see these people grow and change, and but then I see the opposite side of it, the people who aren't invested, they fall off, they relapse, they go back to jail, they hurt somebody, they kill somebody.
But again, if you get a percentage thing, again, like, you know what I mean? Again, nobody's perfect, you know what I mean? But if you can change, you know, 7 out of 10 people, that's great. Like, in these days, like,
actually talked about this recently because he's like, he doesn't know if he believes in therapy or not. If he thinks that it's like that.
I believe in somebody to talk to for sure. Like, something to believe in.
To talk to.
Like, I was talking to Scotty about that. Like, he's like, do you believe in God and stuff? It's like, I believe in faith. I believe in believing in something. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, just have somebody to, like, process things with. Like, you don't want to talk to anybody else, but like, you can talk to this one person who's not going to judge you, who's not going to throw you under the bus, rat you out. I mean, I think it's helpful, but I wish I had a percentage of, like, the success rate.
Yeah.
I have no clue. You know, we have a percentage for how many people decide to engage, which I think is 60% of the people we get.
That's good.
It's good. I mean, it's better than half, which is, like, in the mental health world, that's a great percentage.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in that population of people, you have the highest disengagement rates because they don't have transportation or they're homeless.
That's really rough. A lot of people,
like that,
a lot of people don't get that too, but like they're so hard on criminals and people getting out and stuff like that. They don't get how tough it is. It is really, really tough for somebody to get out of jail and just really start back over. Like, you're really, I mean, and unless you're like some drug dealer with like strength that has all these people that owe you money, that when you get out you have all this money gets set. Other than that, like, if you don't have like a solid family and like a solid,
which is
like,
the majority of the time, because like, why did you end up there in the first place? And a lot of times because you had no family support, you didn't have anything to begin with, so you tried to make something of it. And I've
seen people go from, like, you know, getting out of rehab to like becoming like a dishwasher at like just a random place to right now
Right.
owning like an HVAC like company. Like it
Yeah.
gets crazy to see like how like it's like yeah, you're more successful than me.
Right?
I should have did drugs.
Right. Well, so honestly though, like people who go to jail for like drug trafficking are great business people. And like I know that like they chose to go about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
But if they were given the chance afterwards to be part of a business, to run a business, open their own business, they'd be like wildly successful because
Right.
they know the population they're trying to reach.
Marketing.
They have
now
the
it's
hustle.
like, yeah.
They have the grind. Like they're into it. They want to do what they can to make money. So. Like,
And they know
great
about
at
being
it.
on the clock 24/7.
Oh yeah, like there's no days off. Like
Exactly.
you're not expecting a handout either.
We are not publicizing or
No, yeah, don't
sell drugs.
Don't do drugs. It's not worth it. I can tell
Like
you that.
glorifying
Yeah.
like drug dealing and gang management. That's not what we were trying to say. We were just saying that a percentage of them, a small percentage of
Yes.
them,
No, they have more.
have a more brain than what they
Yeah,
think.
and they have good qualities because people like to, overlook the fact that there are some positive qualities there. But yeah, I mean, I see all types
Yeah, it
of
makes
people come
sense.
through.
It makes sense that they're like it makes sense that a lot of people that even like your worth ethic.
Yeah, right.
Like it doesn't surprise me because I've seen you in the gym. Whatever it goes with, whether you're a beast in the gym because of your like like your work ethic, like, you know what I mean, your actual like career ethic, like that's great. Or if it's the other way around, like you're a beast at work because of how you are at the gym, like all that blood and just keep it up. Whatever the case is, like it works. And people need that. People need hobbies along to go with their jobs. People need just something to look forward to.
Yeah,
like,
it's my outlet. I mean, ninja is like what I do to keep myself sane. So people are like, "How you getting up at 5 a.m. like and then working all day and then going back at night?" And it's like, because like I need it. I need like the mental like release and like to be able to move around.
It's another thing too. Don't trust everybody that says they're going to the gym at 5 in the morning. They're probably not. Saw it the other day. They're like, oh, at the gym at 5, 6 in the morning. The girl's boyfriend actually hit me up and was like, I dropped this fucking chick off at 8 o'clock, and then she posted that she was at the gym at fucking 5 in the morning. Like, what the fuck is that?
It's like we're slightly mentally unstable. I'm not gonna lie, but you need to
Well,
look
so
mentally to do this.
if you're being honest, like that's cool. But but don't say you're going to the gym. You're sending a bad message to everybody.
Oh god, yeah. No, I get up at 4:30. Usually, if I go to 5, I get up at 4:30. If I go to 6, I get up at 5:30.
I miss it. I'm pretty sure anybody that's ever been to the gym with me or anything like that will tell you, like, Johnny's a winter guy. Like, he does not like going. I don't do the summer thing.
Yeah, well, it's hot and gross.
It's not even just that. It's just I don't know why I don't have the motivation or like the drive in me to like work harder. Like it's almost like summer school. Like like I'm in the gym.
Oh, I have to go.
Yeah, I'm in the gym in summertime and I'm just like slacking off and just like what I mean, that's how it is for me. Like I don't really take it too serious, but in the wintertime it's like, man, I think I could beat the UFC champion right now. Obviously that's not true,
And
but
like,
that's how you feel though.
So you're like, well, I might as well go to the gym. It's snowing or whatever.
Again, Pro Fitness Vitalis is right around the corner. I'm very lucky,
Oh, yeah.
but I take advantage of that. They both tell me like, yeah, Johnny would come. He would do it.
Oh, yeah.
If I have the money, I'm going to the gym and have
Definitely.
him do something with the hobbies.
I'm still trying to get you to come to Ninja Night though.
I'll probably go to some of the freestyle classes. I miss Joy. I want to go say what's up to him and Sam and everybody. So I definitely go by. I see a lot of them when I used to work at Dunkin'. They used to come by all the time. I would have been, are you even supposed to be drinking this?
They've switched now. They've changed their ways to Pink Bean.
So what's coming up in the future? What's the next 5 years looking like, you think?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea. Actually, you know what? Me and Timmy's a businessman like through and through. So thankfully I have all these crazy ideas, and Timmy's one like, yeah, we could totally make that work.
It's like so cool, like with being with a banker. Like they know all these endeavors.
I was like, I have no idea how to handle money. Like I'm not even gonna front. I would just spend it all. So thank God we have Timmy save my money up for me. But we came up with this idea that in the next 5 years that I would be able to open up some sort of like, not a studio necessarily, but like fitness combined with mental health. So like you've got therapy and yoga and some sort of fitness classes and maybe even nutrition all in the same building. My goal would be to have like discounted rates for people that are on Social Security or are low income, so that they're able to get all of those facets
if
of their
gyms
health.
can get on that, like they need to understand that some people just don't, like they want to be there and they actually could be the next UFC champion. They could be the next Ninja Warrior, but they just don't have the money. Like they don't have the like not the drive, but the ride to get there. You know what I mean? And gyms need to get on top of that. You guys need to do something like that just helps out these people that want to be there and they can't. Like, you know what I mean? it's almost like public school in Illinois. Like, you know what I mean? Like people want to be there. Like, you
Well,
don't like not give them the chance to it.
Right.
I don't want to say that. Like, I'm trying to think of where I was going with this. Pretty much like not the option is there, but it's almost like the fact that we have it, people are taking it. Like, if we had free, like if I could go to college for free, I would take it all day.
Exactly.
All day. Like,
I mean, you gotta have something that would allow people who are like lower income to be able.
That's
to
pretty much what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like the first gym that gets on that, not only would it be like the most like noble gym, but they're probably gonna. It's almost like Timmy will tell you about the microtransactions. Like, you know what I mean? Those little the little things end up adding up, and those little like it's gonna end up working out for that gym, whatever.
Like,
gym
I don't know why
at.
health insurances haven't hopped on that bandwagon. Like, you're all about preventative care, right? I mean, exercising is a huge part of
People won't die.
injury and illness, and like
People won't die. Get
even
people,
mental illness. Like, if you stay in your house all day long, you're gonna be less depressed. Like, no, but like you can't afford a gym, then like what are you gonna do? You know?
I mean, put it that way. Like I don't want to say I don't need to go to the gym, but I've took so much from gyms. Like, even when I don't go, it's like I I can do little workouts at home. I don't need to, you know what I mean, start lifting weights and be a crazy animal. Like, you know what I mean? But it paid off. Like, signing up for Pro Fitness, signing up for Vitality, because to this day I'm doing stretches that Jordan taught me.
Yes.
I've been to so many gyms, but I'm using Jordan. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, man, I've been to gyms for over 20 years, and Jordan is you know what I mean? After all of this, after all these gyms I've been to, I'm using his things. But at the same time, it's like I'm using Pro Fitness as Muay Thai.
Right.
I'm using regiments like, wrestling. Like,
you take a little piece from all of them.
Yeah, and that's on me. Like, that's one thing I'm really happy that I did and took chances with all these gyms, and obviously all the gyms also welcomed me.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
that always helps.
And I loved it. I love absorbing all the information. Yeah, and there was a lot of like, I'm not doing that. Like, all right.
Oh yeah.
That's
we
not
get
for
them
me.
on a daily basis, but then we get told bitches don't quit, so we don't really have a choice. We kind of have to do it.
I like to just do what people say that the whole like, do what you want to do kind of thing. I do whatever the fuck I want. Like, nah, I really do whatever the fuck I want.
I mean, I don't doubt that. But.
Yeah, it's like I like go like I need to if I do that, I'm gonna go hard. So Johnny will tell you, Johnny was coming to Vitality and Pro Fitness. He was doing both at the same time. And that was nothing, trying to integrate my schedule with them too.
I know, right? I mean, there's just so much out there. It's hard to like get a little bit of all of it right now.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, man, I love Jordan's stretches. I love Jordan's like little routines.
Yeah.
But I love Jared Roy, my buddy that does Pro Fitness. I love Jared's MMA. Like, he's so skilled. Like, you know what I mean? I wish like, I can just split the money between all of them.
Right.
But I gotta put the money to one of them.
I mean, one thing I will also say about Vitality is that Jordan does keep the cost relatively low.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you've ever like looked at any of the other ninja gyms around here. There's like one in Franklin. There's one in West Boylston. They're kind of further out. But they're like, I think they're charging like $75 for the NNL competition, which is like when you fail, you're out. So you could be on the course for like a minute, and you paid $75 for a minute.
Jordan's about half that, right?
Jordan is like 40, I believe, for this weekend. So Jordan's having an NNL this weekend, and it's $40 entry fee. And I feel like he tries to make everything affordable for everybody because he wants to give people who. He's like really big.
I feel like that's probably like the bare minimum. Like, he has to charge you 40, like, you know what I mean, or he's gonna
like
be losing money.
A certain amount.
He's probably losing money charging everybody 40.
I mean, he
like,
definitely is. With the other gyms charging 75, they're making way more money.
Yeah.
But for him, it doesn't really seem like it's about money. It more so seems like I want everybody who ever wanted to try an NNL to feel like they can try it here.
If Jordan came across like 10 grand right now, he would probably buy new equipment for the gym. Like, he wouldn't keep that and spend it like in what I mean, like a.
Oh yeah. Well,
like
they just remodeled the whole place recently.
Is it thing? That place is going through remodeling. Like every 6 months, he's always doing something to it. So awesome. But that's what you want.
He's changing it up.
He's got the Fortnite like syndrome. That's what they do. That's why Fortnite is working. People like they change it every 4 months. Like, you know what I mean? It keeps people interested, and that's what Jordan does.
So true. Wicked true.
Oh, you're not bothering her again, are you?
No. She just wants a little more attention. It's cool.
Man, so social service, like, so, how am I saying it?
Social worker?
Social. I'm about to say social
I
service.
mean,
I'm so.
social service is kind of.
That's the thing. I've been so in the system back in the day. Like, that's what I'm used to saying. Social.
Yeah, technically that. Yeah.
But a social worker and obviously a ninja, man, and that's awesome. And it's almost like you're married to like your twin, like not twin, but like the same person. It's like Timmy's. He's not a ninja. You know what I mean? But he does he does his gym stuff. I know he goes hard with the gym. He trains by AC, right?
Yeah, he does. He has been for a long time.
It's another good trainer, Anthony Cormier. Like, he's
awesome.
out of Pro Fitness, Troy City Titans coach over there, and player. I think he does both. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
He's going to be on this show soon. I keep telling him he's going
I
to be on the
know.
show.
I'm like, where's he been at?
Because Justin Reese is my buddy, so I, like, he plays
True.
the foot, so I got to get Justin on.
Yep.
But, like, now it's like, I got to get Anthony on. I got to get Lawrence on. Like, my buddy Chris plays over there, too, now. Hanson, which is actually Jordan's cousin. James.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like he actually plays over there. So I gotta get all these guys on.
Yeah, just like fill up the room.
I love Jordan's family.
Players.
Jordan has a very big fan. I love his family. I used to skip school with his brother all the time. My
Jordan's-
first time ever
Jordan's
skipping school.
grandma's the best.
Oh, nah.
Anna's the best.
Of course, dude. Yeah, like my little brother's way, way, way tighter to Jordan's family than I am. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love Jordan. Like, me and Jordan clicked right away. Actually, I'm tighter to Jordan than anybody else in my family, so that's cool. We have a way better friendship with him. Oh, what time is it? Football season's about to start.
Oh,
Can't
yeah, I
be
know. I'm
excited.
cutting into football time.
Where we going for? So now you do the Vital Nutrition. That's
So
the
I
name of it?
do. I work at Vibe, which is actually they're partnered with Vital. We're all part of the same team. So
All right.
Vital 525 in Tiverton.
I'm pretty sure there's more people besides me
Happy Days.
that want to know like how it's all connected, and it's like
Yeah. So we're basically a giant team. So like all of our clubs here in Fall River, we're all related in some way. Whether they're under Diane, who's my boss, my upline technically, or they're under her upline, we're all kind of just like tiered out. So technically, I work for the club. So I'm contracted with Herbalife as a fitness coach, which is how I market myself because I'm not a
That's what
certified
you
trainer.
are.
But I'm a fitness coach. Herbalife backs
Keeping
me
it
up
real.
for like hundreds of thousands of dollars essentially. So if somebody does get hurt, like Herbalife's liable and I'm not. So they're kind of just like a backup plan, but I do sell like supplements, and you know when we do the classes at the fitness clubs, everyone gets a tea, which is like boost, lift off. You get a lot of energy. It's kind of like your pre-workout, and then you.
I
get
saw that
a-
tea. I see that
Dude,
tea.
I have it in here. I should
It
have
looks
brought
powerful.
some.
It looks powerful.
Oh, it's so good, and it's like you get the buzz of like having a pre-workout, but you don't get the crash. Like you don't get any crash afterwards.
I'm out at like 6 o'clock almost every night, man.
This stuff you could drink this all day, and like you have energy all day, and you still go to sleep at night. It's like the most amazing.
I need to go see like you or Jordan, man, because like right now, like my body's in better condition than the average person, but in my eyes, in Jordan's eyes, I'm sure, and like a lot of fitness
There's always
trainers,
room for improvement.
yeah, they're gonna sit there and be like, dude, you are nowhere fucking ready, dude. The only thing I can honestly say, I have 8% body fat thanks to Jordan.
Yeah, like he is awesome at cutting your body fat percentage down. He was,
8% from Vitality. You know what I mean? That was a
Right?
that was a big deal for me. Like, you know, especially like being in MMA world, where it's like, man, why do I feel so sluggish?
Right.
Why do I feel so sloppy? It's like, here's some free advice. Like I'm already in the gym, and John's like, yo, why don't you just like, you know, stick to water, like stick to this, like, you know,
Right.
you're gonna cut weight a lot easier. Just little like next thing I know, you know, I'm doing this stuff, and then I'm watching like these behind the scenes on UFC and like these embeddeds and like these guys like
they
roll
were
to
doing
the
it
and
too?
they're all doing it now. It's like I was watching your shit like 2 years ago. You weren't doing that. I would have been doing
Right.
it 2 years
Like, I
ago
would've
if
been
you were
doing
fucking
this.
doing it. But now
Right.
you're fucking doing it.
So true. I mean, like, and he's knowledgeable in a lot of ways. There was like a period of time, the beginning of this year, where like I have like a lot of digestive issues, so I lost a ton of weight. I lost like 13 pounds in a month. I couldn't eat anything. I was like super weak at the gym. I could barely get through a workout. And Jordan was like, "Listen, like this is what I want you to do. I want you to eat this every day. If you can't hold anything else down, I want you to get this down."
Every time I have
all
somebody
this
on here,
stuff.
we end up talking like. We end up promoting like other people. Like
I know. What about me? Like I'm cool too.
you have an NNL competition next week.
I do.
And
No.
after that, 'cause I was actually explaining this to my buddies today, like what comes after that, and then after that, and then pretty much, you know, the almost the bracket style of how to get to, you know, Mount Jannar, Ninja Warrior. American.
A&W.
Yeah.
So, with the NNL competitions, you can pretty much go to any ones that you want to. So, like I said, there's a bunch of gyms in Massachusetts. There's more in Connecticut. So if you like driving out to Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, whatever, you can pick any competition you want to go to. The way that you qualify is usually like you made it the furthest in the shortest amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going up against people who are fast, who are like very like their agility is amazing, their endurance.
Oh,
So you're going past like some really different.
I got smoked at the local competitions. I don't even want to imagine NNL. Like, you know what I mean?
It's rough, and it's rough because it's not like, I mean, they make it like men and women, so like your top 3 women or top 3 men. But when you're competing, like you're competing with the men too. Like I mean, we're all
That's the way it should be. I just want to throw that out there. You guys want equal rights and stuff like that. We gotta stop.
But
We gotta stop the whole
know,
statistics and record books. Like, oh, this one did this amount of time and she was the fastest for females. It's like I want that record to be with males. That's the way it should be.
It can be tough because of the height difference. And the, like,
of course, everything comes into play.
Yeah, and I mean,
but I'm sure you're
and
sure like whatever you lack in something else is probably an advantage in something else.
Exactly. If you're tall and you're a little heavier, the obstacles where you're doing like the laches, you're letting go, you're going through the rings and stuff, it's gonna be harder.
I probably should like not put that rule towards ninja. Like, you know what I mean? I look at it more for like a lot of sports and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like let's make this equal. You guys want equal rights? Let's be equal.
I guess you have a point. But yeah, so I mean, like in terms of, like you said, placing in NNL, that would be how it goes. Is like at the end of the season, you would be like top 3 males, top 3 females, and then they have like age groups with like 14 to 18, and then they get younger and younger after that. If you make it past a certain time, and you get I think they add up the points to however many you're in. You can qualify for nationals. Nationals this year are in North Carolina. Last year they were in Connecticut. So they're always in somewhere different. And that's pretty much the goal of being part of NNL, is that you want to qualify for nationals so that you can go to like one of these places you can compete with. Most of the competitors were on American Ninja Warriors, so like people were on TV and like you're competing side by side with them. So
what's your goal for next week? What do you think? How do you think you're gonna do? Expectations, I should say.
I hope that I'm gonna do well, though I have been slacking a little bit on my ninja training. I'm gonna make an excuse for that right now, which I'm sure I'll get shit for it later.
What's your favorite obstacle?
My favorite obstacle is the lache, definitely.
Hey, I love the lache, and I couldn't lache until I started going. Yeah, I couldn't really lache until I got to the gym.
Yeah.
I couldn't even do like these simple like upward monkey. I don't know if he still has it, but it's this simple ring climb. Like, you know what I mean? It was like inverted, like going upwards.
Yep.
I remember for like 2 months straight, I just could not fucking get the hip movement.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Jordan. Now I got it, no problem. I can do it every time now. Like now I'd be watching people. I watch American Ninja Warrior. I watch people
like,
I can do that. Yeah, I watch people hang like this. Like, I'm gonna fall, and I'm like, you gotta fucking move your hips, bro. But that would have been me if I didn't go to fatality.
No, it's so true. And there's so much technique that goes into everything.
Yeah.
So definitely, like, that's the biggest part of training, is like getting the technique down.
What's the one you hate the most?
Mine's
the salmon ladder. I just can't get it.
I do. I hate the salmon ladder.
I just can't get it, man.
It's such a weird, like, you gotta like come out like a C shape almost, and if you don't catch it, right in your ass,
it's a wrestling bump, dude, and probably a bar to the face. It's one. Yeah, it's bad.
And the number 1 rule is like don't let go of the bar because you're getting whacked.
My friend Sierra broke her ankle on like right on the trying to jump.
The traverse, the steps there, the
second step. Snapped her ankle, and she does like pole fitness, like. So like, yeah, see what I mean? It's like no jokes. Like, you better be prepared and be ready. Get your stretches in.
Yeah.
Don't think that you're you can be some MMA fighter and jump into, you know what I mean, like ninja things. Like, be ready, be prepared, and be ready to learn.
Yeah, it's progressive for sure. You gotta work up to certain things.
Come on, that freaking dog.
She like won't leave me alone. Every time I stop, she starts crying.
Don't worry, Willow. We're almost wrapping this up.
Cry? Oh.
She's not gonna cry. She'll be fine. Lotus, you're doing this.
No.
Hey, Lo,
come here. He's calling you.
Come here. What's the matter with you? You know better than that. She's actually a very good girl.
She's very sweet.
She's probably just that, like, new girl. They try to see anybody in the podcast room in a while.
I know.
She's usually, this has been the room where she comes in and eats and beats a dog. Just say
she
that.
hangs out. Taking up her space right now.
That's all. I can't wait to get this episode out, man. I gotta get Timmy here too. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Timmy would be great for the show. He's always pretty much supporting forever and trying to help. I mean, I'm sure there's just like so much stuff you could say on here. Like, very, very lucky enough that 2,000-3,000 people watch this shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know
You blew up quick. I was like, oh.
It's awesome. Like, it is. It's fun. It's wicked fun to like look at. And then like when I didn't do it for like 1 week already, people were like, hey, like when is it coming out? Yeah, and I'm like, oh, all right. I didn't know. Like, people like, yeah, I know you guys watch it, but like, who, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's cool, and it is. It's fun to do. I do look forward to it. It's exhausting. Like, you know what I mean? I really did need a break, so I'm happy that I'm like, doing the season 1 and season 2 thing.
Yeah,
Like, I gotta do it. Like, I do this by myself. Like, the
Yeah.
editing. Don't get me wrong, my buddy Costa and Leo, they help out a lot. They give me a lot of advice and a lot of help, like, with the technical stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, they're busy guys, too. So, for the most part, like, I'm doing all the editing.
Right.
All the booking and all the, like, the little stuff like that. It's just, especially after the first season, it was, like, an everyday thing. Almost like a job.
Oh yeah, you had like
Yeah, like
you were doing
job.
a lot in the beginning.
And not really, like, for the love. Like, you know what I mean? I knew, obviously, going into it, like, I'm not going to get paid, or I don't want to get paid. Like, it's
Right.
not really something I'm, like, looking forward to, like, try to do that.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, it's all about Fall River. That's what I want to do. I just
Yeah,
want to talk
definitely.
about Fall River all the time, and like, these, like, just try to get bigger than the pages that they have now, like the Fall River
For
Reporter
real.
and the Fall River Raw. Like, it's just inconsistent, like, bias. It's still biased stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, people that are behind it, I don't know who's behind it, but I know, like, some are supporting Jaseel, some are supporting Coogan. It's like, where the fuck is your own opinion?
I know.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
So true.
you're just listening to other people, what other comments say, you gotta get upon that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, man, can't you just have your own opinion, and if people agree with that, like, that's great. And if they
Right.
don't, then they don't. But at least, like, you know what I mean? Just like how I do it now. Like, yeah, if
Right.
they don't have to like what I'm saying, or even, like, like Vitality. You don't like Vitality, you don't fucking like Vitality.
Yeah, that's pretty much how we feel too. It's like, if you want to come, cool. If you don't, like, nobody can.
Yeah, this is my fucking show,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna fucking put who I want on it. Like, I just told
So
you all the
true.
hard work I put into it, and I'm just gonna keep it like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're doing a great job though.
And I want to do a better job as much as that. Like, there's so much more I want to do, but again, it's like, it's not. Like, I don't know if you ever heard of, like, Eric B. Media, or like those guys.
Mhm.
Like, nice guys. Like,
Yeah.
I like Eric B. Media. I have nothing against him, but there's a team behind it.
Right.
Like, there's funding
That has more
behind
help,
it. Same
yeah.
thing with fucking Mike Herron and his fucking annoying ass. Like, you know what I mean? He's got, like, he begs people for pretty much help on Facebook nonstop, and he's begging people for funding, and he begs, like, it's not like that over here.
Right. Yeah. No, you want to
Yeah,
build
I
up
mean-
your own way and.
I mean, I do, and I don't. Like, obviously, like, the help would be nice. Like, the studio would be nice. Like, this is obviously, like, a spare room I
Yeah.
used to have. Like, you know what I mean? Which is cool too. Like, it's a 3-bedroom apartment. And
Right. It works. It works.
and yeah, it's nice. I'm happy with it. Like,
Yeah.
it was about to be a fucking man cave, and for what?
It
Like,
kind of is. So.
it still is, yeah, somewhat. Like, but like this, we would come here, watch UFC, and play Xbox. Like, we could still do that in my other room. But like, I'm happy I did. It looks great. Like,
Yeah.
this was a long time coming to. Like, I could have done this like a year, 2 years ago, but I didn't want to have Mike Herron quality podcasts.
Right.
I didn't want to have like cheap stuff. I didn't want I wanted it to look the way I look, and I swear to God, this looks the way I want. I
Yeah,
had
good.
thought about it. Wanted it to
Definitely.
look like Joe Rogan almost, but Joe Rogan doesn't split. He should have this though. I wish he did have
Rogan
the
should
option.
have that. Yeah, you're
Because-
right.
Yeah, I love Joe. And obviously, he's the entire like motivation behind.
he's
Not motivation,
awesome.
but I'm trying to think of the word about it. But like the replica, I just want to be just like him. He does. Who doesn't like? Especially me. I can't say other people, but my God, I wish I was him. Like the
Right.
either I love being. I love everything about myself, but like I wish I had his life. Like, you know what I mean? Like the hunting for his own food. He hunts his own food.
He's a badass.
You know what I'm trying to say? He's
Yeah.
a funny guy. He's
And I like how,
so
whatever
smart.
he says, he backs it up. Like, he doesn't, like,
He
there's
doesn't
no
flip flop.
sugarcoating
Yeah,
anything.
no flip
Yep.
flopping. He's not biased. It's
Nope.
really how he feels. Nobody's telling him to say anything. It's trying
Exactly.
what I'm doing here. Nobody's
Right,
but
exactly.
it's how I feel. Like the people I have come on is the people I want to come on.
Right.
It's the people I believe. I believe in vitality. I believe in vital nutrition and vibe. Like I've seen the results. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So other people need to see it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hope my word means something, and people are like, all right, Johnny's been going to some gyms for the last 20 years. Like, you know what I mean? He
Yeah.
knows something at least.
I mean,
like,
it helps that you don't sugarcoat it. Like, you wouldn't be on here saying.
no,
something
I'll
that
be
you
straight
believe,
up.
so-
Ben Pitsley is not telling me to say this. You know, Amy
Right.
McDermott and AC is not telling me to say this. I truly love pro fitness. Like, I don't like workout world. I don't like
Right, I don't
general
like cookie cutter
fitness. Like,
gyms
yeah,
or,
it's
like,
not
you know.
like nothing against them, but
Right.
like, you know what I mean? Like Val's gym and pro fitness was just like my alley and what I not your up my alley and what I like. Like, you know what I mean? It's the same thing with it's like, I'm sorry, I do not like. I'm watching, like, I'm trying to get into all eats. Like, I'm trying to like you. I am, but like all I'm seeing is like videos of females throwing this kid alley oops. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? He's just dunking in a park. Why am I going to this gym?
Oh,
Like,
I had no clue.
yeah, it's weird stuff. Like, you know, I like, it's like people rubbing down this guy who's running. It's like, dude, aren't you you're supposed to be training these people. These people, these people are paying to fucking rub you down and wipe sweat off you. Like, you're a joke, dude. Like, I'm sorry. But yeah, like, like, I'm sorry, like, I like Jordan Thurston. I don't like this fucking guy on All Eats. Like, you know, like, it's pretty obvious. And I think anybody that would back him would just be like, oh, no, he's a nice guy. Like, why? Because he's giving you free training and feeding you fucking bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying Jordan Thurston's a nice guy because he's hooking me up or he's telling me to say this. Jordan probably wouldn't even want me to say any of these things.
I didn't tell him I was coming here today because I feel like he was going to be like, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, as I say, Jordan would not want this. Like, he would not. He's probably like, why the fuck are you guys wearing my fucking
Stop
shit?
publicizing me. I don't want any more members. I'm good.
Yeah, and he has, again, like anything I say is straight from me. It has nothing to do with anybody else.
Right,
like, nobody tells me to say anything. Nobody even knows what, like, you know, Jordan, I didn't tell Jordan you were coming here either.
Right.
I didn't tell Jordan I was going to wear the sweater. Like, I didn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. But, yeah, there's just some, it's what it is. People need to know my opinion about these gyms. I hope people, like, take my word for it. That's all I can really say. I can't force you guys to do anything. I'm not going to sit here and hate on people, like, you know what I mean, like, and talk shit about other people's gyms. I'm going to tell you what I don't like. I'll leave it at that. I won't really keep bringing it up.
Right.
You know, if you heard me, you heard me. And
Yeah.
But like, I'll talk about this gym, like my gym, that you should go to 9 times, and then that one time I am going to sit there and be like, but this gym sucks, don't fucking waste your time.
Right.
And I don't want to pick on anybody or bully anybody, but again, it's just my opinion. I don't like Workout World, I don't like General Fitness, it's not hands-on enough for me.
Right.
I don't feel like I'm getting the best bang for my buck. Like, it is that. If you're not a budgeter, but if you're just somebody who wants to get the best bang for your buck, like, that's what I'm just trying to say. Vitality and
Like,
Pro
don't waste your
Fitness is
money.
where to go, and Regiment. Again, there's other places. I'm just saying Vitality and Pro Fitness is what I recommend and where I've been. But Regiment, I've never been to that gym. I've been to that gym about twice to wrestle with Dan LePage. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, it's a great gym. Like, get the fuck over there. Like, you know what I mean? It's not a gym that I go to, but I've seen the results. They got UFC like fighters. They got like future world champions over there, and kids that are just being so successul. Like, I've always said MMA is a great discipline thing for kids too. Like, you know what I mean? So do it. I don't want to keep on talking bad about places and talk about places that don't even want me to talk about.
Right. I mean, I think any place that's around right now, if it works for somebody, it works for somebody, and I'm sure there are people that it works for, like Workout World.
Wait, like, that's what I mean. Would you like? You know? What's the most you would like to what's the biggest class you would want?
I mean, like how many people in it?
You think you could do like one of the mega church things where it's like a mega church with a million people and you're just like.
If I had a microphone, maybe. But I think the biggest class I've ever taught was like 30 people.
That's so good.
Which is.
Yeah.
A packed place, yeah, and like the bigger the class, the more like energy you've got in the class. I love to walk around and I just yell at people or
that's the thing. Like I like them both. Like I like when there's 30 people in a fun kickboxing MMA class, and then I also like it if even if it was just me and a trainer.
Exactly.
I like it. It's fun, and that's where you learn. And you find out, all right, this is the best place for me.
Right, like, what
or
is
that
it
place
that I like?
isn't good for me, or this place isn't good for me because I'm not getting what I want.
Right.
Like, that's what pretty much what I wanted to get you on here.
Exactly.
I need some almost backup. A lot of my friends don't go to the gym.
Right.
I'm the only one of my boys to do MMA other than Josh LeBurge. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're the only two that are really into it. So none of my friends go to gyms. They're none of them.
You need more gym friends.
They don't need to. They're all they're all in shape. It's not like that big old fat Portuguese. Yeah, they're not big Portuguese. Costa's an in shape guy. It makes no sense though. He doesn't go to the gym, but he's a good looking guy and he's in shape. Same thing with Hugo and Brian.
Yeah, well, true.
My boys don't need to go, so they don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just. And unfortunately some of them, their girlfriends actually go to gyms and go into the wrong ones too. So it's almost man, that sucks, man. I wish they knew. I wish you would have talked to me first, and I would have hooked them up with Allie. I would have hooked them up with Jordan. I would have hooked them up with Ben, instead of going to these gyms that are not going to help you whatsoever.
Yeah, I think I was just messaging Justin Simons the other day on Instagram.
Who is?
Justin Simons, you know him? I think he worked. Does he work at a pro? I thought he did.
Maybe.
But I see him doing pull-ups and shit on Instagram, so I was like, dude, when are you gonna come try out Ninja? And he's like, oh, I don't know, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. And I'm like, listen, anybody, if you're banging out pull-ups in the gym,
first of all, real quick,
Ninja,
real quick, you don't have to be a ninja warrior or want to be a ninja warrior to go to these gyms. You know what I mean? These gyms are great workouts, straight up.
Yeah.
You can learn a lot from them, even if you're not trying to be a ninja. just throwing that out there.
100%. Yeah, there's a lot of people that go there that don't want to do ninja.
It's the same thing with pro fitness. Like, you don't
Yeah.
need to be an MMA fighter or a regiment. You don't need to want to be an MMA fighter or some sort of combat, like, you know, Jackie Chan, to go to these places. These places are great discipline for your kids and great places to learn
Absolutely.
self-defense. Like, and, you know, and just like something great for your future. You don't want to be just fragile when you get older, and you don't want undisciplined kids.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because then they're going to end up going to see Allie anyway. So one
Right.
way or another, you're going to go see it.
I mean, I'm getting paid either way. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
So you might as well just make your kids disciplined and make it out. Other than that, we're going to end up wrapping this up soon. I got to get Timmy out of here. Got to get
Yeah,
Timmy out of
definitely.
the
He would
show.
come on.
I know he would.
Yeah.
Timmy's a good guy. Got to, I'm just thinking of like the next few guests. I know I got Sanjo G wants to come by. We'll do some with Sanjo G, which I'm really, really excited about because I love Sanjo. I gotta get Tyler Alves on here. I think it would be great for the just talking stories of back in the day and all that noise. But Timmy, yeah, he's been around for a while too, so he's got great stories. We won't just sit here and talk gym all day. Like, you know what I mean, I want it to be like this too. This is not just a promotional thing. Like,
Right.
obviously shooting the shit with you and talking to you.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't really get to do it too much.
No,
You know
we
what I mean?
don't. We're
Like,
too busy.
just taking it back. Like, I think the first time we met was like a Take It Back Sunday concert. We were always,
Oh my God.
yeah, we were always like social media friends, but like Take It Back Sunday concert. That was
It
a
was
fun
like 100
time.
years ago.
Lupos, man, and just for the record, I went to go see them again like 2 days
Did you
after
really?
that. Yeah, because that was on like a
were
Wednesday.
great.
Yeah,
They
they're
were-
a great show.
Take My Sunday's awesome. I mean, their
And
opener was
I think Soason or Seosin was the one that opened up for him. I think
was
it was
like Screamo or something.
I'm sorry, it was Coed and Cambria that opened up for them
Oh,
at
see, they're way
Lupo's.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was them. And then we went to Bamboozle like 2 weeks later with all the girls. Like, that was a fun time though. Bamboozle was great, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
like headlined it.
Blast.
To go from like Little Providence Lupo's to
Oh my God,
to
yeah.
like the Meadowlands in Jersey, where like 60,000 people were there just to
yeah.
see Taking Back Sunday. Well, they're from Jersey, so like, you know,
Right,
it was
so it
such a
makes
great
sense.
show. Moral story though, met you at like a Take
Oh
It
my
Back
God,
Sunday
yeah.
concert. That was fun time.
I was like, I don't even know, 18. Yeah.
When Lupo's was fun, when it was a concert place in the afternoon and a
Right?
fucking awesome club at night.
I went to see J. Cole there at Lupo's.
I went to go see Common, Asher Roth.
Fabulous, I think I saw there too.
Jim
Everybody.
Jones.
Yeah, everybody used to go there.
But now, like, I set my game up. Me and Timmy, you know, I mean, we only watch major shows at Gillette
Oh,
Stadium.
sorry,
now,
my
like,
bad.
no
Can't mess
basic.
with that.
People were like, oh, what's your favorite? I mean, I went to go see Beyonce twice. Whatever. No big deal.
I feel like Timmy didn't work that show just because
Really?
he was like, oh my god, like I can't be around all these females obsessed with Beyonce, I can't do it. And I was like, all right.
It was a nice crowd.
He's like, I'm gonna have to pick up a lot of
It was a nice
girls."
crowd. They were no, not as bad as like
Like a
I mean,
country concert.
yeah, the country
oh
fest
my
stuff.
God, they got out of control.
If you don't know, like, you get like an extra $2 like incentive
No, you
an
don't.
hour.
Really?
Yeah, you get extra
People
two.
are like,
I don't know if Timmy reads his emails, but
no, he definitely does not. He definitely does not.
you get an extra $2 for working Country Fest at Gillette, and then and sometimes you get an extra $4 depending on how hot it is.
No kidding.
So if it's like over like 90 degrees, you know what I
God,
mean?
I would hope so.
Yeah, you end up
Terrible.
you end up getting a lot extra, almost like an extra like $6-7 more just for
Wow.
working Country Fest, because so many people call out of it and don't want to work it because
Yeah.
it's fucking. It is not like Jay-Z
Yeah, it's
and
pretty-
Beyonce. Jay-Z and Beyonce wasn't bad at all. Lotus, what are you doing?
Like I've been to those country concerts and it's like they're there for like not even maybe the second artist is on or the end of the first one and everybody's just like so hammered they don't even know what day it is.
One Direction was a good crowd. No, they were just really high screaming. I've never
Oh,
heard
God.
so much. That was the one and only concert I had to wear
So
earplugs
many
for.
girls screaming.
Yeah,
I was like Justin Bieber. I think I was the oldest person in the crowd.
and it was like
Guaranteed.
there was a hypnotic scene too there, where like in between sets of like 5 Seconds of Summer and One Direction. First of all, 5 Seconds of Summer was a way better show than
Really?
One Direction. I swear to God. One Direction, they
never
don't
thought that.
dance. They're not a boy band.
They don't dance?
Yeah, they're not in sync. They don't. They're
they
like
just
just
play
good-looking
guitar?
kids who like sing. Niall plays guitar, and I think maybe Harry. That's about
Oh.
it. But other than that, like they don't. They literally just walk around with their mics and wave high. Like that's all they did. Like was wave high at like little girls.
Oh,
Like
that's so
well, not little
boring.
girls, but girls. Like
Yeah,
obviously,
middle-aged girl, yeah.
they're little girls. So they're little kids too. But anyway, just saying hi and like that's all they did. Walk around. I mean, I know for a fact anybody would back this up. Go look at any concert with One Direction. They just walk around with microphones. 5 Seconds of Summer, on the other hand, I had like a whole like Blink-182 Simple Plan kind of vibe from
okay,
them.
yeah.
Like they weren't too bad. They were actually made it enjoyable. But the crowd sucked. They were just so high screaming. And then in between the sets, they played the Macarena, and it was one of the most insane things I've ever seen. It was like 70,000 people just in sync, like doing the Macarena.
Wow.
That was one of the most psychotic things I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, but that's how mind controlled we could be.
That's scary.
When
I mean,
saw-
not that we didn't already know that, but yeah, that's pretty scary.
I mean, to be fair, I've also seen all of Gillette Stadium sing "Living on a Prayer," just drunk out of their mind. So I guess it is
It's a
kind of
popular
my. That was awesome. I had some great memories there. I do not plan on going back. Like I don't know how Timmy decided to go back, man.
He only does really only does sporting events. He doesn't do any.
He doesn't do a concert. Yeah, I know. I noticed that he has like a nice deal with them up there. With me, like they already know. Like they'll be like, no, you should be here. Like I fuck with
Right.
them a lot, so they fuck with me a lot.
Yeah, which I'm like, I don't even know if they know that he like skips out on them and then he just shows up to the ones he wants to. Like I don't even know.
I
He
mean,
just does.
it's very lenient over there. Like you know,
Yeah.
like I was saying, like we could have left that second quarter, like you know what I mean, and got paid for the rest of the night.
Right,
Like you know what I mean,
true.
you could sneak people out. I used to do like whatever I wanted there. I had a great time. One time, I mean, I'm not there no more, so it doesn't really matter. But one time, like when I was like wanding people down, I had my wand like off for like 3 quarters, and I didn't even know. So like.
Oh.
So
my
like the
God.
supervisor's coming up to me and he's like, "Damn, Johnny," he's like, "Your line is just moving. Like you're doing better than everybody." I'm like, "I know. What the hell's taking everybody so long?" And I'm just
Yeah, like meanwhile,
Yeah, I'm
about
wa-
5 people got in with weapons. But
yeah, I'm
okay.
walking people out, and next thing I know, I'm like, "Oh, my wand's off," and then I put it on, and it, like every person after that, beep beep beep, like, "Oh,
You're like,
so I can't let you go."
They were like, why did all these people before just fly by? What the hell?
But that's really what happened. That's what happens when you're me and not Timmy. Timmy, I'm pretty sure was just he likes to pretty much be by the book. But listen, if a guy tells him like sit there, take tickets, and like do what you gotta do, like he'll do it. Like if a guy tells me like, hey, sit there, take tickets, I'm like, you got it, sir, you got it. That's what you want me to do, I'll do it. The second he turns around though, I'm fucking out of there.
Right.
It's like, all right, see ya, and then they turn around, I'm like, all right, Timmy, you wanna go to Five Guys? Like, like, what do you mean Five Guys? That's out of the stadium. Like, yeah, I know. You wanna go? Like, I'm not going to Five Guys.
I mean,
like,
he's just super honest. Not that you're dishonest, but
No,
he's
yeah.
like very honest.
well, it's one of those like I don't really care. Like, what are you gonna do? Fire me? I'll be fine. Like, you know, I don't care if you fire me. Like, I've been here long enough. Like, I'm surprised
They
that
won't.
it's one of those. I'm surprised you haven't fired me yet. Like, you know what I mean? You're gonna fire me for leaving for 2
I don't
hours?
think they would at that point. I don't think they would. They probably just keep you forever.
One time I worked at the Renaissance. I was doing overnight for a soccer team, for the Mexican soccer team. And I literally went into like the room with like the ice machine and the soda machine and like moved the soda machine, the ice machine up, and then went behind it and then went to sleep for like 3 hours. Yeah, and I woke up and nobody saw me. And then I went back down to the lobby and they were like, "Oh, I couldn't see you." And I was like, "Yeah, I was just doing my rounds." And they're like, "Oh, all right." And they just
That's
don't say
smart.
anything.
That's a good idea. I'm not gonna lie.
I think the best thing about it, you're just flipping my bowl. The best thing about it is just being nonchalant. Lotus!
Dude, really? Come on. I think you're just being loud on
The
purpose.
only thing right now, for as strict as Gillette Stadium is, you could probably sneak in today, and Timmy will back you up on this. Because it's not like they really card us or anything. We just pull right up into the parking lot. We
Right.
park. We take the shuttle to the stadium. And I promise you right now, as long as you're wearing a white T-shirt and black pants,
I was like, do you have a staff shirt? You can
Wait.
just throw it on.
they're not going to say no. If you have black pants and a white shirt, you literally could just walk through the employee entrance. Just walk right through. You know, hit a bunch of numbers, pretend that you're, because they don't watch you punch in. It's not like they're seeing if
Yeah,
no, it's
right.
not off. It's not like they're checking if it's like says accepted or not. So you just punch in the numbers, and it could say fucking you're a dipshit, and you're like, all right, I'm in, and just keep walking. Like they're not gonna, you know what I mean? Like they're not gonna notice.
Yeah.
And next thing you know what I'm trying to say? Like you're underneath all the stands. You're you know, Tom Brady's walked by me plenty of times.
Right.
Like, and it's just like that's nuts. Like I didn't get carded once. Like I didn't like, you know what I mean, like we actually had my buddy go there with somebody else's ID and somebody else's card, just like because he wanted to make $100. Like, you know what I mean, just for a quick like event. So he goes, we take him with him, he uses like Tim would tell you, there's no facial ID or nothing. And then next thing you know, when he got paid, gave the kid his money, and that was that.
Oh my gosh.
He didn't want to go to work, and then he was like, "Oh, you want to go watch the fucking Patriots against the Bills?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, all right.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
But what you're trying to tell me is that the security clearance.
It's
is
terrible.
low.
It's really bad. I promise you. Timmy will back me up. Like they give you the badges, like they give you everything, all the you know,
Yeah.
the clearance things that you need, but you don't really like use it. like you can. It's not like they're coming up to you and they're like Schwan Lopes and then they're like punching in my name to see if my picture.
Which they
just see they see a guy walking by with a white shirt and black pants with
like,
a card around their neck and they're like, all right, you're good. And it was almost like that. Like it's like that. You'd be surprised. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos where kids do that.
Oh my god.
Like where they like Conor McGregor fight.
Yeah.
They got the poster, like the official poster of it, shortened it down, printed the picture, laminated it, put it on a lanyard. You know, they put it on a lanyard. Next thing you know, they were backstage UFC, and it fucking worked. It's like insane.
So this is not just Gillette. This is like
it's just people like
any event.
I mean, you can't just keep singularly stopping 100,000 people. Like you can't stop every. You know what I mean? You just. First of all, you're not getting paid enough to do that, and you're just gonna ruin like their life, your life. Like it's not really worth it.
Yeah, for real.
I'm sure Timmy loves it.
He does.
Well, he gets close to the coaches. I think that's what his thing is. He to the visiting coaches. He's got to walk them. He's like Goldberg style from like the locker room to the elevators and then into the box. That's what Timmy does. So he does have somewhat an important job. I would feel important about the team. I didn't want an important job. I almost asked for less responsibilities. Like, can I get demoted?
Can I do even less? As long as I get paid, that would be great.
Is there a demotion like possibility? Like, I'll take that. Like, I mean, I don't want more responsibility.
Right.
And they would always do that too. Like, send me emails and stuff. Like, oh, you've been here for like another year. Like, how would you like to do this? Like, no. And then like Timmy's like working for like 6 months. He's like, hey, they want me to be a supervisor, and I'm like. Yeah, not me.
Like, run.
You don't want to do it. All the fun's over.
I know.
That's all. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to like do all this fun stuff if I'm a supervisor.
No, definitely not.
That's
when you gotta start.
Like, it's when like I start feeling like Kim Kardashian. I'm like, ugh, I'm gonna have to work.
Just stand here and look pretty. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, there would be times even when I was like a ticket taker, they would just come up to me and they'd be like, "Here's my ticket," and I'm like. Is it like you know what I'm trying to say? Almost like they have to show me the ticket to come in. I'm like, do you know where your seat is? And they're like, yeah, it's down there. I'm like, oh, like, yeah. I'm only here to bring you to your seat. Like, I ain't here to fucking, you know what I mean? Look, knock it off. I ain't here to, no. I'm not here to like, you know, kick people. And they can't do that, too. That's another nice fact. People should know that. At Gillette Stadium, they're very, like, you can really do whatever you want. We're not allowed to touch you. So unless you're...
Weird.
So unless you're like absolutely plastered drunk and like molesting fucking females, like we can't do anything. Like so you can get high. Yeah, like they say that too. Like if people are smoking weed, if people are doing any of that stuff, like don't stop them. Just let them enjoy their time. It's like what the fuck. But they do have a jail down there.
They do. I mean, we'll put you in it if you're like too drunk to.
I've seen it. Like that's one of my like favorite places to go. Like at the end of the night before I leave early. Before I leave early, I like to stop.
Yeah. While everybody else is still working, I go down there and check it out.
And I just like hold on to like the fence and just laugh at like, cause it's always the same shit, just drunk fans, and then they for some reason put both type of fans like in the same cell. So like they're like trying to hit each other, but they're handcuffed. Like they're handcuffed to the wall, and they're like, "Fuck the Colts." And the guy's like, "Fuck you, we're getting 7." Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, and I'm just like sitting there like, ooh, like antagonizing it and like making sure they fight. Like, come on.
You're gonna let him talk to you?
And I have to get pulled off the fence and all that shit. And it's almost like that. Like, I'm such like a small potato at Gillette. Like. It's like, yeah, they just shoot me away. Like instead of like asking me for my name and like what are you doing down here? Like, and even if they did, I would just be honest with them. Like, I came to see the fucking drunks.
Tell you about the time he had to bring somebody like all the way to the top of the stadium, and like they had a complete panic attack, and like this big dude, and he had to carry him down.
No.
Swear to God, he had to carry him down the steps. They were like all the way to the top. I forget like. I don't know if it was a night where they were having fireworks or something, so he had to go like all the way to the top of the stadium, like up all the way into the 300s, like. And this guy started having like a panic attack going up the stairs.
It's high up
like,
there.
He was like breathing heavy and stuff. He's like, "Oh my God, I have to sit down. Like I'm so dizzy." And he was like, "Dude, like how?"
Yeah, it's high.
Back down,
it's high. The altitude sucks. The place is a wind tunnel, so a lot of the wind and the oxygen is getting pulled down.
Yeah.
And it's freezing.
Yeah,
like,
it was. Yeah, and he's like, "You know, we gotta get back down, guy." Like.
Gillette Stadium is a fucking cold front. I don't think people understand that. Like
no,
that. Like
I
when a lot of times when I worked there, like I would never like go to a Patriots game unless I'm getting a free ticket. Like I'm sorry, it has to be like front row. But like other than that, like, like I don't want to sound like bougie or like,
but it's
like I
true.
promise you, it's not like I don't see like I'm there and I'm getting paid for it. But when I see other people like freezing their asses off and like, and it's a boring game, I'm like, you guys are nuts. You pay like $300-$400 for this, like you guys are nuts. Like $300-$400, you can get dugout seats and for Fenway, you know what I mean, in the
100%.
summertime,
Yeah.
and it'll be a great
so
night.
expensive to go there for anything.
It is. So after this, I'm gonna have to have you go bother Jordan and Timmy and tell them that I want to come on here. I know Jordan probably wouldn't do this.
We're gonna be hard for us to get Jordan on here, but Timmy definitely will.
Timmy will.
Yeah.
I might have to go by. Jordan, expect me to come by so you can yell at me for talking all this nice. He's gonna be like, "Why'd you do that? Like, come on." People are gonna like think I'm like into that.
So I'm gonna have to start asking him for commission though.
Yeah, you're too cool for school,
All
Jordan. We know you're cool,
get.
Jordan. Dude, commission?
Yeah.
I know, you're about to get mad people. 3,000 people about to watch this, Jordan.
Right? If we get any new members in the next like month, I want a portion of their
when the Workout World building becomes Fatality, you know to think.
God, imagine that. That'd be amazing. That place is huge.
Yeah,
There's so many obstacles, so much room for activities.
And he would still be there every day. Probably try to teach every class.
He'd be there every day.
Yeah, I'm saying if it was within the Workout World building, he would just jump to every single one and try to teach everybody.
He loves it.
All right, Allie, I'm gonna let you go now. Make sure you guys go see Vibe, go see Allie, go see Vitality, go to all those guys and girls.
Yes. Lots of girls.
Yeah, go say what's up to everybody. Tell them Johnny sent you, and he's not looking for commission. But
Damn.
Go by, say what's up to everybody. Pay attention, do some research on your gyms, and be nice to the people, to your social service workers.
Yes, please.
Because they're nice people. They're just, they want to do it, okay? It is. If they're a social worker, they went through stuff to be a social worker.
They went through hell to become a social worker.
They didn't just, fill out an application. You know what I mean? Those people care. They care about you succeeding. They care about your future. You know what I mean? Listen to them. And be people like me. Like, I really do care about kids and making sure.
Yeah.
First of all my nieces and nephews are on such a good track. I fucking love them. I think about it all the time.
Awesome.
My nephew's like 16. He's 17. Never got into a fight before. And I was just like, my God. When I was 17, I must have been in 100 fights, 50 street fights, 50 like school fights, 19 suspensions. Like, you know what I mean? I already had 2 charges at 17.
Oh my gosh.
I was in juvie at 17.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said that. Yeah.
to see how smart they are and like already visiting colleges and stuff like that
Yeah, it's
gives me a little bit of hope and faith in the future.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But thank you, everybody.
Yeah,
Again,
thanks for having me.
This is Allie Lynn, aka or FKA Allie Bellinger. Thank you.
To the whole team, pimp until I knock out, and then I have some dope dreams. So mean, got me tweaking off a hit a reaper, and fuck the police. Now it's just a misdemeanor. That loud got me on lean, like I'm sniffing ether. Every time I roll up, I'm feeling like that Wiz Khalifa. Yeah, that Mary J is like some Novocaine. Only that exotic, I ain't never touching lower grade. Johnny be my ace. I ain't talking about a poker game. And when we get together, we setting off them smoke grenades. I call the homies up and ask them if they wanna smoke. What you rubbing on? Yo, I got that Johnny.